Finally, the much anticipated Nollywood Netflix series for March is finally on, and I'm talking about no other series but Anikulapo, The Rise of the Spectre. And yes, I was privileged to be at the premiere for Anikulapo, so you can tell that I'm pretty pumped to talk about it. Until right now, I'm telling you that I'm really excited for this episode. I just finished rewatching episode 1. And so let's talk about episode 1. In subsequent videos, we'll talk about 2 and 3, 4, 5, and 6. It has 6 episodes in total and is streaming only on Netflix. In case you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to the channel. I love that you keep coming back here to check out what I'm up to on this space. I love having you around. I love seeing your comments, your likes, your interactions basically on this channel. It means a lot. So please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're yet to subscribe and leave a comment, let's chat in the comments. And in case you're just hearing my voice in my channel, you're paying a visit, stick around me, subscribe away, like this video. I review movies, talk about web series and TV shows. It's fun on here. So yeah, let's get it popping in the comment section. And I mean, it promises to be exciting. So yes, let's get into the review. So, first things first, I want to ask, who thought we were going to be getting a second part or like an entire 6 episodes after the actual full movie Anikulapo that was released in 2022, 2023? Who else thought we were going to have this? And also, I mean, for one, I personally thought we were going to have like a part 2. I didn't expect like a 6-part series, but I knew we were going to get a part 2 because of how the movie ended. Remember, after Saro's jazz was busted, Rolake running away, leaving him stranded, and the villagers beating Saro up on the rock and him dying, the Eyakala came on him again, and he just came back to life suddenly. So I was just like, I think I mentioned in my review that and then there was the arrival of Gabriel Afolayan's character, where I think they were telling him that somebody had died, and it was like, how come, and all of those things. I was just like, why would they introduce a new character, such character, at the end of a movie? Definitely it is telling us that something else is coming after this movie. And I wasn't wrong, as right now we have another 6-part series for the movie. And during the premiere, Kunle Afolayan did not fail to mention that these 6 episodes have been in the works, but writing and everything has been in the works since 8 years ago. And I'm like, in fact, 8 years ago, and Anikulapo wasn't even out. So that's to show that this thing has been they've thought about it right from the onset. So that means a 6-part episode was bound to happen, or let's say a part 2 was bound to happen, even for the release of the first Anikulapo that we saw. So just giving you a background story to everything, just to show that yes, I went for the premiere. But yeah, let's get into the video. So characters like Bimbo Ademoye playing the character of Rolake, Kunle Remi playing the character of Saro, Taiwo Hassan playing the character of Alaafin Ademuyiwa the King, who was formerly married to Rolake. And also we saw Titi Kuti in this episode playing the character of Adigun. We also saw Daniel Olamuyiwa. He played the character of Kekere. Oyinda Molasan, he played the character of Ola Torera. Also, Sisi Quadri playing the character of one of the ghosts, and Lai Wasabi also playing the character of one of the ghosts. I mean, we just found out this night. I'm recording this video at past 7 on Friday, the 1st of March, and you just got announced that Sisi Quadri passed on today. It's such a sad news. I was just like, I can't imagine just watching him on Netflix right now, going on Instagram to just unwind and finding out that someone I was just watching right now is late. Life is so fleeting, but praying that so rest in perfect peace. So yes, I liked how this episode kick started. It picked up from Ilu Oyo, where the evil bird Akala, came over the entire city and caused an uproar, like people were running and everything. That just meant that something was wrong, something was going on somewhere, and doom is about to befall the city. We also got introduced to Saro. Saro is dead, but he's on his way to heaven, but he wasn't allowed to get into heaven because according to the angel, he cheated life not once but 20 times, by resurrecting 20 people, resurrecting himself, and using the power of that Eyakala to his own advantage and his selfish advantage. And so he was told that he has to go back to life, kill all those 20 people, bring them down to the heavens gate before he will be allowed into heaven. And of course, like, there was a lot of back and forth, like, how do I do this? He was given a necklace and he was told to go back, even though his spirit was roaming about the city and, you know, not knowing what to do. We saw how he was able to cheat death again with the help of that woman. I'm not going to spoil it for those that have not seen episode 1, but if you haven't seen episode 1, why are you watching this? Do you want me to tell you if you go and see it or not? Go and see the episode, Jerry. Go and see it. But yeah, we saw I was able to cheat death again, and you know, the person he successfully killed 3 of the people he resurrected. Lai Wasabi's character, Sisi Quadri's character, and one other woman. And you know, Lai Wasabi's one was so disheartening. Like, at his wedding, when he was about to that was when Kule Remi's character took his life. Like, so annoying. Like, you're such a wicked person. But yeah, we saw how that happened, and you know, he was supposed to take these 3 people to the gate of heaven. But because he was able to cheat death due to the help of one old woman that was supposed to kill, he decided to, you know, relocate to a faraway town and start life again. But the spirit of these 3 people were still following him, and they were helping him kind of figure out life, giving him a source of business. And you know, as Saro is Saro, and he will Saro himself and Saro, and you know, just be a Saro man. He falls in love with the daughter of a popular palm wine tapper, palm wine seller. And you know, I'm just like, oh, I see a lot of comments online saying, why does Saro love women so much? That's his trademark. Do you know how many women he went with in the first part of Anikulapo? He betrayed Rolake and went with, like, I think he dated 3 different women in part 1 of Anikulapo. So I wasn't even surprised that he went after this Olatorera lady. And it's so annoying. Okay, yes, when he was able to come back to life, have his body back, and, you know, start living, he had to make a decision with the 3 people he had killed, because he was basically straining them along. He was supposed to take them to heaven's gate, but he's not taking them because he has not completed mission, and now he wants to stay back because he has regained his body back. He came to a decision with them that they should give him some time to enjoy life. He's not ready to die again. He wants to spend some time on earth, and they gave him 3 years to enjoy life. And after that 3 years, they would make sure that they start that journey back to the heavens gates. And you know, yeah, he agreed, but during the time frame of 1 year to 2 years, that was when he got with Torera, and you know, he was stringing her along. Yes, because he did not, knowing fully well that he had just 3 years to live on earth. I feel like it was so wicked of him to now go and marry, or you know, deceive another lady, or try and say he's falling in love with another lady, and you know, putting her in the family way, and just stringing our hopes along. Like, after 3 years, he's definitely going to die one way or another. It might be disastrous, it might be less chaotic, but he's definitely going to die. I'm just like, this Saro, oh my god, like, he has successfully deceived this lady. And I really need to understand the charm that Saro has over women. Like, forcing them to make life-changing decisions that do not really benefit them, but instead benefit him more. Like, look at the case of Rolake. Like, she left her throne. Like, yeah, she used to be a queen. She left the title of being a queen, even though, yeah, the place was chaotic for her. She wasn't loved. She left that place to run away with a nobody who happened to be Saro, left the palace and followed him. Yeah, she went for love and everything, but now Torera, I'm sure she's had a great relationship with her father before. With the way they were introduced, and all of a sudden Saro came into the picture. She claimed she's in love and decided to betray her father for Saro. Like, I'm just like, this man, make it make sense. Like, what is your charm? Tell us, because this is just madness. And the fact that he would end up betraying all these women is even much more crazier. Now that we know in episode 1 that Saro has cheated death again, I feel like the price is going to pay this time around is going to be disastrous. It might involve not only his life, but other lives as well. And fingers crossed for that. Also, 2 years after he had settled into this village, I think Iluaje, that's the village of wealth, he has put Torera in the traditional way. Now he's getting greedy. His time is running out. It's going to be 3 years soon, and he doesn't want to die. I'm like, here we go. A greedy man. A greedy man and a selfish one at that. So I'm really curious to see what happens, now in the palace of Ilojumo. That's where Rolake used to stay. So the chief had told the king, Alaafin Ademuyiwa, that they need to find Rolake so she can carry out some sacrifices, because Rolake was the one that stole, in quotes, stole the power or the jazz from the bird and gave it to Saro. So of course both of them are criminals, both of them are guilty, and I think it's safe to say that Rolake is actually she's paying for that decision that she made. Look at her having to journey far and wide with those heavy things, drinking water from the stream, looking tattered, unhealthy, looking worn out and tired. I feel like she in her own way too is paying for that decision that she made for love. So the chief was saying they have to root for Rolake, and she has to carry some sacrifices. Titi Kuti's character Adigun coming into the palace to narrate this God-forsaken, unbelievable story of how he tried to rescue her, she drowned, he found her, blah blah blah. I just feel like it was a cooked story between the king and himself. And of course, one thing that just confirmed that my suspicion was how the chief just took his things, bid farewell to the chiefs and the Iyalode, and took his leave. Like, you can tell that he's like, I'm not going to be part of this BS. I'm very sure you think you're fooling me, but you're fooling yourselves. When people are ready to do the actual thing and save, the village from so much chaos and doom, you will do the right thing. Because I don't understand why they will cook up such story like it never happened, or did we miss something? Things I liked about this episode one, I loved the opening montage. Oh my god, like when I was even watching it at the premiere, like bigger sound, bigger screen, quiet scenery. I loved it. It screamed rich Yoruba culture. It was so rich in the culture. And the soundtrack was actually done, or most of the songs, if not all the songs in this series was recorded and performed by Tele Dalashe. Gorgeous lady, by the way. She performed at the premiere as well, but I wish I had to listen to her in a time where I wasn't very time conscious and I needed the premiere to just start. But yeah, she undeniably has a very good voice, deep understanding of Yoruba pronunciation and songs and homage and all of those things. Very, very good. And I feel like it's a very good selling point for the series itself. And I'm not surprised. It's Kunle Afolayan. He loves heritage, he loves tradition. Secondly, I love the fact that we are getting recaps, like flashbacks in this episode, like we've seen the last part like a year or 2 years ago, so of course not everyone can remember what led to this and everything. So I love the flashbacks. I love the color grading as well. And of course Kunle Afolayan is known for building his own sets, the villages, the markets. It's so real, it's so believable, and it shows that a lot of work actually went into like creating those scenes and those setup. The cinematography as well, the shots and angles, very, very good, and it helps gives this very nice layer to the series and each scene. Also, the costume and makeup was good, the tribal mark. But honestly, I was contemplating if I should mention this, but I'm just going to mention it for the sake of my sanity. The armpit hair be distracting. I don't know if it was just me, but it'd be distracting. But at the end of the day, it's real, because these people don't have access to good hygiene or shaving stick or shaving cream or any of those things. So that's the actual reality of people that live in this kind of setting and that kind of time. But it was just distracting. It was just distracting. So what else? What didn't I like about this episode? I'm not so sure about the VFX. The scenes where we had to see Saro's body decaying. I was just like, I'm not sure. I love the attempt. It might look very right and very correct and accurate to some people, but I'm not so sure. And that's just to say, I'm not sure if it's good or bad. But yeah, what else? And even also the ghosts that were by the kingdom, the kingdom walkway. I don't know how to feel about their makeup and the mud and how they try to depict that their bodies decaying. Now that I'm talking about it, I think it was actually good. Like that's like the ghost by the heaven gate, or not the part where Saro's body was decaying. That one, I'm so sure that I don't know how I feel about it, but I think I understand the makeup of those that are the Heaven's Gates. Let me know what your thoughts are concerning episode 1. Like I already said, in subsequent videos we'll talk about all other episode. I mean, I think I might talk. We might get 2 more videos for the Anikulapo series. I'll talk about episode 2, 3 in one video, in 4, 5, 6 in another video. I mean, depending on how the episodes turn out, will determine how many videos we get more. But I mean, I feel like if I'm trying to stretch myself, maybe 2 more videos on the Anikulapo series. But let me know if you're watching, if you'll be watching, and if you are not going to be watching, let me know why in the comments. I'd love to see my next review, but until then, make sure to remain happy because you owe it to yourself. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye guys.